and welcome to another episode of my Rebel and Guts Places Northstar. I hope you folks are well, taking care of each other, and being kind to yourselves. I'm here with my Insomnia casual campaign. Casual difficulty because it's hard to get this achievement even on casual. I'm definitely not doing a higher difficulty level. Where you have to basically play, I think, a governor every map, or maybe after the second to last map you'll get the achievement, I'm not sure. Let's see. Insomniac. Full exhausted governor. This is when a map. So yeah, it is. It'll give me it after the right map. The choice between this, the nationalist government, can't move through stable zones. It's actually more crippling early on. Can't build garrisons or remote terrain on what's essentially a southern desert map. That's not great. And catacombs or coalition surge. You have to beat such a map quick, so you won't get national soldiers. Hardliners, slower peace negotiations. My soldiers can support across servers, however. I suppose I'll have to do this. This is a rotated version, or a mirrored version of the distant steppe map, if not mistaken. So I've got an even worse cough than usual. Probably picked up a bug from some of these roommates and places I'm in. A whole lot of them are incredibly ignorant about germ theory, and they're right-wing types who are suspicious of vaccines, anti-vax bullshit, and don't listen to anything I say. Even though I have the background in biology, they really should, but they don't listen to doctors or public health experts. One of them goes on about Fauci like a dumbass anyways. Conspiracy theories about Fauci. Stuff that's not even true about the coronavirus. Meanwhile, they try and some of them act like long COVID isn't a real thing, even though I have it. But they try to deny the reality of something even when it's right in front of their eyes, and then say, oh no, you're just like suffering anemia, you need to eat more meat or something. It's like bullshit. I also used to eat more meat when I was staying with family. Didn't change anything about my health. They don't deny I'm sick, they just come up with alternative explanations. Because they don't want to believe long COVID is a real disease. It must be some other disease. Anyways, so yeah, I've watched. They don't wash their hands often enough, so it's not surprising with like 8 to 10 people crammed in this place they picked up some bug. I'm also having trouble swinging my sleep cycle because people are making a ton of noise in late enough in the evening they really shouldn't be, setting up smoke detectors and stuff, which happens all the time. I guess it's the smoke detectors making a ton of noise, not them, but it's really frustrating. Yeah, I know this governor has already been used. Actually, let's read that warning again. All it says is it'll hinder my operation. Doesn't actually say how. Can't use the exhausted advisors again, though. Okay. I figured if they recover after one map, or if you can't use them for the whole campaign. This one doesn't have. Let's double check. This is the distant steppe one. At least I can build garrisons or remote parts of this map. It's got hardliners, so peace negotiations aren't going to happen anytime quick. Although that means you actually have to start them earlier. Last map I should have been probably maybe more compromising with the peace deals. I barely won that and it took too long. Anyways, garrisons are gonna have more time to pay for themselves here. This might be to a quartermaster. The engineer pays off more in a really long map, but I'm gonna try not to make these early ones take too long, since I want the resources of stabilizing region earlier on some of the harder later maps. So Quartermaster is one of the best advisors. That'll help get this done in reasonable time. Or, yeah, maybe I should just do a defense minister. Still works on garrisons, which I'll probably need more of in this map, but no. This one saves money though, which can be passed on other maps. I think it's divided up among all of them, I think, so it's actually in some ways more efficient than dumping a whole bunch into one map. Because building garrison must always cost more than $2. This will allow me. All my soldiers are coalition troops. I'm not going to be able to afford to do lots of extensions. I think the war here will really pay off on coalition storage map. So even these are two of my best advisors. Definitely, probably don't want the local politician in this map. More money, yeah, so I can pass on more and offset some of these being a little more expensive. All right, what else? Might be a good time for the credit manager. Spend a lot of money to win this map quicker. Or stabilize. Nah, actually the hardliners. This is one of my more effective. I guess I could risk the armchair architect to get more money to pass on other maps. Start with higher rep. That can definitely be passed on other maps. And the remaining ones be passing stuff on are all on the harder. I'll need a remote specialist in this map. So a lot of things that cost money, but private donor and armchair architect should more than offset them. Plus, then I don't have to worry about where to put the HQ. Welcome to Isolated Shrubland. That's the name of this. So here I am. Also, this is irrelevant if I don't have national soldiers in this map. So coordinated fire teams and amphibious support purely help me. Just have to deal with hardliners and the inability to train national troops. So let's see. So my brain, long COVID sometimes, besides not always working well because I'm tired all the time, which is the case especially right now, or I'm fighting off some kind of bug or something. also incredibly distracted by like my brain is gets very fixated on certain things, runs circles around them, about them, not around. It's actually something I've noticed with the long COVID is that I can get very fixated on things in ways I wouldn't have normally when I was healthy. Like of all freaking things, my Dwarf Fortress Let's Play, I always end up thinking too much about like always to make to produce value and what crops to grow in that game. And what stones to use for like hauling stuff. That's something I've always a little bit paid attention to, but I spent too much time thinking about that. That's a complicated game. It's like, oh, I just want to forget about amaranths, which by the way, blood or purple amaranths are among the best crops to grow in that game, although that's because they are brewable. They produce an edible byproduct, just like strawberries do, but they can also be milled, unlike strawberries. So they're slightly better than strawberries because they can also be milled. Stuff that can be brewable, that's brewable and also has a byproduct, gives you some of the cheapest food and actually the most value for sale. But anyways, it's like I just want to forget about amaranths and brass and room values. My brain is fixated on that. Also, I watched a YouTube video recently. So I have to remember I got the War Hero active here. Punish Bernie, where it's like using game engine stuff, creating a funny video. Kind of post-apocalyptic. I don't know if you like. I think it's like Metal Gear Solid or whatever. Some of it you probably understand the references. I don't fully in the video, but that's not going to come down price. I'll describe Foreign Relations Office. It's a nice early investment. School regeneration. I think everything's more expensive because the governor is exhausted anyways. Literacy drive. Medical supplies. And universal justice. I tried to space this a tiny bit so they may produce less inflation, maybe. Not sure if that worked. Okay, international assistance because I'm actually running low on money now. Later I delay it, later till it starts producing all sorts of inflation and corruption. Problematic events of both. Let's see, my HQ is here on highways, but I can't afford those. The roads produce a little more corruption, but there's a lot of them on this map. You know, I'll just do that.